Welcome back. Good morning, dear students. Well set for GSC studies. As you know, chapter 4 of ours is going on separation of substances, and we reached up to part 5. Today's part includes the topic that are related to these two pictures pasted by me here. These two pictures reminds you your days of summer season. So, are you ready to learn science with me? Let's go. As you know, we are discussing about the second half of our chapter, that is separating the components of mixtures. We are learning about the methods how we can separate the components of mixtures. And dear student, we put these mixtures into three categories. First of all, solid with solids, second solids with liquids, and third liquids with liquids. Can you tell me the example of solids with solids? Pebbles in rice grain, and solids with liquids, salt in water, you can say salt solution, and third liquids with liquids, milk in water or water in milk, you can say. Now I pointed out here that we are doing first type of mixtures, solids with solids. How a mixture that is having both the component solids, how we can separate such type of mixtures, and 6 methods are given in our book that starts from page number 53. Today we are going to discuss about page number 53. 6 methods are there to separate the components of such mixtures. Number 1, hand picking. Number 2, threshing. Number 3, winnowing. Number 4, sieving. Number 5, magnetic separation. And number 6, sublimation. So dear student, we are going to discuss the remaining part of page number 53. We started this page yesterday, and on the top you are watching hand picking that was done by us in previous e-lecture. I want to remind you what we are doing here. We are doing hand picking. With the help of our hand, we are picking out the kidney bean seed. Hand picking, that is the normal sight in our houses when moms used to take out the pebbles or unwanted material from the pulses and rice. Such process is known as hand picking. Now, today we are going to discuss about threshing. What is threshing? This method is generally used by farmers to separate the grains from the stalk after harvesting. The dried stalks are beaten or threshed to separate the grains. In large farms, threshing is done by using machines called thresher. Dear student, have you observed sometime that the bundles of paddy crop are beaten on a hard structure so that the grain of the paddy, you can say rice, can separate out from the stalk? Such type of method is known as threshing. Here I am beating the grass so that I can separate out the seeds of grass, and you can see that seeds comes out from the stalk by beating. This process is called threshing, and this is done by the machine called the thresher. Definitely you have observed during the month of April in the farms there a machine called thresher that is used to separate out the wheat grain from the stalks of wheat plant. Now dear student, this thresher is replaced by a machine called combine. What is combine? combine is a machine which is able to do both the processes, harvesting and threshing together. But do you know what is harvesting? Harvesting is the cutting and gathering. Cutting and gathering of crop is known as harvesting. So, cutting, gathering and separating out of grains from the stalk is done by a machine that is called the combine. Here I am just telling you what is the meaning of harvesting and a machine which can do all the three work, that is known as combine. Combine, a big huge machine where the driver is on the second floor of it. You have definitely observed such type of machine in the summer season there. So if someone asks what is combine, combine is a machine that can do harvesting, means cutting and gathering of crop and threshing together. Again, don't forget what is harvesting. Don't forget what is combine. Combine is a machine that can do harvesting and threshing together. Let's move ahead. Here I underline question. I'm going to ask what is combine. Combine is a machine that can do what? Harvesting and threshing together. Now different types of harvesting machines are in trend nowadays. Variety of combines are there for different crops. Now in a plate you can see the husk, bhusa and the grains of rice. This is husk. This is husk and these are rice grain. Now if I mixed in such this form, the freshly taken out rice comes in our home. This is a mixture of solid with solid. And how can we separate out this husk from these rice grain? There is a method. See there what I am going to do for you. I am just shaking the mixture in such a way that wind can blow by this up and down movement, and this wind help to separate out the lighter husk from the grain, from the rice grain. Here you can see the lighter husk comes before and the heavier rice are behind. This method is known as winnowing. So what is winnowing? Winnowing is used to separate lighter husk from heavier grains like wheat. In this method, the mixture is allowed to fall from a height and the lighter components, that is husk, get blown away to a distance while the heavier component or grains fall down closer. The two parts thus get separated out into two separate heaps. So dear student, this winnowing is the normal sight you can observe in your homes there, where moms used to do. If she want to separate out the husk from the wheat grain, then such type of method of separation is adopted by her. In keywords, we are going to do keyword threshing and winnowing, both. The definitions are given, you must learn about. What is threshing? Separate out of grain from the harvested crop. Match the following we get. First one, with the help of wind, Which process is done by us? That is winnowing. Winnowing is the method of separation of components of mixture in which wind is required. Now, question number 2 of part D. What is winnowing? Give an example of a mixture whose components are separated, can be separated. Answer is winnowing is the process to separate lighter particles from heavier ones by wind. And example is, for example, the wheat grains are separated out from the lighter husk. So, dear student, keep learning your topics. Have a very good day.